Hello and welcome to Game Dev Mastery. In this video, we will be showing you how to create an invisibility power-up in Unreal Engine 5.4.4. The invisibility power-up will essentially be an item placed in the world that you can interact with, in this case walk over it, and upon doing so you will turn invisible for a specified duration before returning to normal. Alright, let's get into it. So, this is a new third person game mode, and in the content browser, which is control space, you can hit under content, third person, blueprints. Let's go into what we need to do first actually is make a material. So material, we'll name it material underscore invisibility. Alright, open it. Drag this up here. What we need to do is hit 3 and left click. Drag this to emissive. And this is a constant. Alright, now we need to click 1 and left click twice. And put that on actually, this goes to emissive, this goes to specular. My bad. And this goes to ambient occlusion, and let's click on invisibility real quick. Change blend mode to translucent. Go down here to refraction, change that to index of refraction. And then down at the bottom right here, usage, used with skeletal mesh. Alright. Come back to this one, change the color to a gray. Okay. And then we're going to change this to 1. And this to 0.1. Oh, I was wrong actually. It's not emissive, it's opacity, duh. And this is emissive. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Apply. Save. Now let's go back to our third person, right? Our map. Control spacebar. Open up the third person. And in here we're going to create 2 functions. First one is going to be invisibility off, and then second function invisibility on. Alright, so in the off, we're going to get the character mesh, we're going to set material, and we're going to do this twice, right? Because we have, if you look at the mesh, we have 2 materials, okay? So we're going to copy, Control C, Control V, paste it up, and also if you look at the mesh, this is very important. Element 0 for the first one, and element 1 for the second one. So element 0, element 1, and then we're going to put a return node. Alright, perfect. So right here, this is off. We want it to be the meshes that we have here. So mi quin 1 and mi quin 2. Mi underscore quin 1, mi underscore quin 2. Okay. We're going to use this exact same setup. Control C and our invisibility on, right? Control C, V. Except here, we're changing it to underscore invisibility. underscore invisibility. Alright. Compile, save. Alright. Now we're going to make a blueprint class actor. This will be our item itself. And we're going to name it blueprint invisibility power up. Invisibility power up. Alright. Add. We're going to add the mesh. Static mesh over here. We're going to come through and I'm just going to use my cube like usual. Small underscore cube 1 just for the sake of demonstration. And then back up to self, add again, and we're going to put a box collision around it. Perfect. Now go back to the static mesh, come down here to the collision. We're going to change this to no, cannot step up on, and no collision. Compile, save. Now go back to the box, add event, on component begin overlap. Alright, so we're going to cast to the third person character because that's where our functions are at. To BP, third person character. As third person character, we're literally just going to call the functions. Visibility on. So now we're invisible, right? We overlap, we're invisible. Okay, so now we need to turn the invisibility of the mesh off. So we're going to grab the mesh. Set visibility to off. And then put a delay of, we'll do 10 seconds. As third person character, invisibility off, and destroy actor. And that'll be self because it's the power up itself that'll be destroying. Alright. Come on. There we go. Alright, compile, save. Let's put this in our map. Alright, let me show you what's happening real quick. So when you walk over this invisible box, right? It'll call to the character, and as the character will turn his invisibility on. And then from there, we set the visibility of the mesh, which is the item itself, to off, so it'll be essentially there running invisible in the background for 10 seconds before it turns the invisibility back off again of our actor, of our character. It'll call that function. And then it destroys the actor of the invisibility power-up. And it's interesting because this is all done by just changing your material of your character. Ready? Boom. We're pretty invisible. Oh shoot, that's what I failed to do right there. I was wondering why it was not quite looking right. Make sure that you have ambient occlusion and refraction selected by this one right here. Let's try that again. It looked more like a I don't even know. That's what we're going for. A ghost. Like a shadow almost. Similar to how like Fortnite or something would do it. Where you can still see yourself, but you're still quote unquote invisible. You can also change it if you go to here, this value, 0.1, we can change it to 0.01. And now it's way more see-through. Apply. You guys can probably hear my PC going crazy in the background. Alright. Play. Now let's run it over. Boom. There we go. We're ghosting it now. Can't even see yourself half the time. So yeah, you could play around with that to get the right the right value. But yeah, it disappears. You go back to normal after 10 seconds, and the actor's gone. It's no longer here, invisible on the ground. Now, if you wanted to do something different, like not a function, and you wanted, it'll be more simple. I'll show you how to do it real quick. We'll just cut these pins, drag that up. And what we'll do instead is, with this mesh, get mesh, we're going to turn his mesh invisible. Not invisibility, it's visibility. Duh. And then I'm going to copy these two, these three. Set the visibility of the power up to nothing, 10 seconds. And then we turn it back on. And I'll show you the difference real quick. Mesh. Alright. So what this does instead is it just calls on the mesh of the third person character, turns it off, calls on the mesh of the power up, turns it off, delay, calls on the mesh of the third person character again, and turns it back on. And then we destroy the actor again. So let's try this one. But like I said, it's way more basic, and like you don't know exactly where you're moving now. But it's the same concept, I guess, without having to actually, make a material and do all that. But alright, yeah, that's it. If you guys liked it, leave a comment, like and subscribe. And if you want to know anything else, if you would like any specific tutorials on anything, leave a comment and let me know. I'll get to it. Alright guys, see you next time. Peace.